Finally, a chicken I can put my blessing behind. Say yes to Pope Yes Chicken, the official chicken of Pope Abaiga. The only chicken you'll need for your salvation. Even that Shlomo guy likes it.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Say yes to Pope Yes. It's heavenly.
Now, for the first time, you can own your very own Rings of Power. From the Celeborn Smiths, we'll be sending you one per season. Molded to appear forged in the fires of Mount Doom. Made from the finest cubic zirconium, plastic, and metal that isn't measurably radioactive and won't turn your fingers green. Probably. Much. These can now be yours for 5 easy payments of $39.99.99 Elvish runes. Act now, supplies are limited, because once the Dark Lord Sauron takes over, they'll all be gone, and you'll be his slaves. And just remember,
there's a tempest in me,
whose fault this actually is.
and it will not be quelled.
From director James Cameron, who somehow pried himself away from exploring shipwrecks long enough to make the sequel to a movie that comes a decade too late to mean anything to anyone, and gave the movie industry an excuse to charge us all an extra $5 to wear goofy-looking glasses that will end up giving you a headache. Avatar 2. Way of the Water. Return to Pandora, where the Na'vi live in harmony with nature. Wait a minute. See an outsider who enters their midst and learns their ways. Hold on. Then their society will be upended as the white man begins to migrate into their lands and exploit their ecosystem for resources. Hold on. You're just making the same movie again, which itself was a remake of Dances with Wolves, with blue people. You took 13 years to make a sequel to a movie that was already made? Twice? I mean, at least change it up a little bit. Starring CGI, more CGI, and more CGI. Really? I might as well be playing a video game at this point. At least I can interact with that. Don't miss Dances with Smurfs, Under the Sea. You know, James, you just want to make underwater documentaries at this point, so just go back to making those for PBS and leave us alone, please.
Unknown caller. Spooky. Hello? Velma Dinkley speaking.
Hello, Velma. You like solving yourself a mystery?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that. Who is this?
This here Black Shaggy. You made the one black guy a drug dealer and a stoner. You gonna die, bitch.
Jinkies.
It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, Mr. Jack Black, Lizzo, Tim Meadows, Jen Really? Who the f*** is Jen Kober? Okay. Christopher Lloyd, and Amy Sedaris. Yay! And don't miss a special appearance next week by Jay and Silent Bob! Because why the f*** not at this point?
From Marvel Studios. Watch as the Walt Disney Company pays tribute to one of their most beloved stars by not recasting him, and yet somehow still manages to insult his memory by making a lackluster movie where everyone is a walking, talking, living, breathing stereotype. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. See the most advanced civilization on Earth that is rich in the precious metal known as vibranium, a metal that's given its society technological advances, and yet for some reason its army is still fighting with spears. Now they'll face one of Marvel's original villains, Prince Namor, the Submariner.
My enemies call me Namor.
I'm pretty sure it's Namor. If your enemies aren't calling you, then you can thank your phone plan. And doesn't this guy look kind of doughy to be someone who swims all the time? I mean, sheesh. Then Marvel will introduce one of its worst new characters in decades, that they honestly believe is capable of taking the place of Tony Stark.
Walking around here with that ash on your head.
Kevin Feige, if your goal was to save money after She-Hulk and go bankrupt at the same time, then job well done. Starring, nobody really cares anymore. Don't miss the most racist movie in history, Disney Marvel's Song of the South. Phase 4 just keeps getting worse and worse. At this rate, there'll be nothing left when we finally get to the X-Men.
You do not speak into my country and tell me what is fair.
Now streaming on Disney+. He was the galaxy's most feared and badass bounty hunter. That is, until he was bought by Disney. Now watch as he struggles with PTSD flashbacks and teaches a tribe of primitive natives to dance with sticks. You push your left foot in, you push your left foot out, you push your left foot in and you shake it all out. You do the hokey tokey and you turn yourself around. Tokey? That's what it's all about. All because Kathleen Kennedy couldn't have two characters that were exactly the same. Especially after they repurposed the Boba Fett movie into The Mandalorian. Tamura Morrison returns to the role that he probably shouldn't have in Dances with Feet. Only on Disney+. I mean, I hope they're paying him well enough to put up with this kind of humiliation.
Like a Panther. Yes? Maybe not.
Now streaming on Disney+. What do you get when you give the least interesting character in the MCU her own show, and she turns out to be the worst part of her own series? You get the Wacky Adventures about her infinitely more interesting family. Don't miss Keeping Up with the Cons. See Mom and Dad get ready for Avenger Con. And then enjoy a night away from the kids watching cricket, dancing, and playing with their new unlicensed bootleg smart home device.
Zuzu, turn off the lights.
Oi!
When their ungrateful daughter, whose biggest aspiration is to be more like the whitest woman in the galaxy,
Drop the taco. Get in the car.
sneaks out of the house and goes to an underground rave at a Brooklyn squat, hilarity ensues when she puts on her grandma's bracelet and unleashes her hidden power. Ouch! It's more fun than you could shake a cricket bat at. Don't miss Keeping Up with the Cons, only on Disney+. You know, this all could have been avoided if her little friend had just told her parents that he was going with her. But what do I know?
Need a new car? Looking for that business vehicle or ornaments to conquer a small nation? At Cobra Commander's Shop Auto Sales, we want to put you in your next vehicle. We have everything to meet your work, family, or military needs. Check out this His Tank. It can be yours for no money down and only $2.99 a month. Need something more versatile? How about this Stinger Jeep? Fully armored, missile launcher included. Only 40,000 miles, most of which are non-combat. We've also got Rattlers, Night Ravens, and the all-new Ford Escape. And now we're offering 0 payments for 6 months, or until Destro can formulate a plan to take over the banks. Remember, at Cobra Commander's Shop Auto Sales, we're not just a car dealer. We're an evil terrorist organization determined to rule the world. And we're certified by the Better Business Bureau. So come on down to Cobra Commander's Shop Auto Sales for a test drive on Route 1 in Springfield. Follow the signs of the bomb craters. Free balloons for the kids. Come on down! Cobra!
She's a single female lawyer in the city, who happens to be the cousin of one of the most powerful Avengers.
There's no competition for me because I'm the strongest, so it's just kind of like a different...
Oh, yeah, she let her think that, but...
No, not her. The other one. You know, the green guy. Now, after an accident, where they blatantly change her origin story to prevent her from being saved by a man, transforms her into the Jade Giantess, she'll remind you whose show this is in the first place.
Just remember whose show this actually is.
Yeah, like you were ever gonna let us forget it. She-Hulk. Meet Jennifer Walters, a high-powered LA lawyer who can't help questioning Captain America's sexual history.
Obviously, Captain America was a virgin. Did you see that ass? Like, that ass?
That is America's ass.
Did not deserve to die a virgin. It's like...
Gets sexually harassed outside a bar by a bunch of outdated male stereotypes.
Just being friendly.
Yeah, where you going?
So what? You
Then wakes up in Mexico at Bruce Banner's tropical retreat, who then will take every opportunity to remind you how horrible it is to be a woman in the 21st century.
Triggers are anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
When incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I can prove that's not the case.
More smiles.
When I'm catcalled in the street...
It's 2022. Where do you get catcalled on your way from your office to Starbucks? Yeah, it must be hell going that whole 20 feet from the elevator to the counter. Then, after returning to her career as a high-powered deputy DA, she's attacked by the Jersey Shore and manages to defeat her in about 3 seconds. Well, that was anticlimactic. Tatiana Maslany stars in the show whose writers admit that they don't know how to write a courtroom scene in...
Lawyer Show.
I Am Woman Hulk, Hear Me Roar. Literally. Maybe this would have been better if it wasn't written like a Twitter argument between two completely unlikable human beings.
Basically, I was right and Bruce was wrong.
Steve Rogers is not a virgin. Little punk. He lost his virginity to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
If this is the best the MCU now has to offer, then I hate to think what you have in store for Daredevil.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air. Until it's time to throw down! Sam and Miguel share a tender moment. But look who's crashing the party! Watch as young couples share a romantic dance. And fight! And dance fight! Be sure to watch an extra special episode of Kung Fu High Prom Night!
I was muted. I was muted during the intro. I'm a Sunday morning, WNBC. I'm a Sunday morning. Mike Bremen Sports. Says Berserk was traveling. Rob Bartlett. WNBC. I'm a Sunday morning. Okay, let's check in with the CAD Cam. We got the camera working this week. We're going to check in. It's tangled up in the shit, though. Let's check in with the CAD Cam. Everybody start the day out. There he is. There he is, keeping tabs on the window, on the birdie show. Being a good boy. There's the CAD Cam. There he is. CAD Cam. So there's a kitty cam right there. We'll check on him a little later. Hey, everybody, he's doing well. Good boy. How's everybody doing out there? Radio Dynamics in the morning, WNBC. Let's take a look at the chat. We got Jessica Sumi in the chat, Mr. MH in the chat, Kermit the Frog in the chat. We got Michael Keller's in the chat. We got Peg Leg Pete's in the chat. We got Clint Matthews is in the chat. Clint Matthews, Cobra Commander just sold the Ford Escape with $1,000 markup. Destro, you idiot. They'll make it back on the service with the service plan. Michael Bashir is in the chat. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Clint Matthews, we got Cyber Soldier is in the chat. He is big. He's a big boy. That cat. He's a big kitty. He's a big kitty. All right, let's play the Trek. I know you just saw a bunch of bumpers, but let's play the Trek bumper because I don't get to play the Trek bumper very often. So. Where the heck is the Trek bumper? Here we go. Season 3 of Picard is in the books, and mercifully, I think that's that. Listen, for everyone, it was better than season 2. Yeah, better than season 2. That's a low bar. It's been a low bar that they've had, but that's the one they cleared. Listen, it was decent enough. There were still a lot of problems with Picard, and that's going without saying. There's a lot of problems with Picard. There is. I mean, listen. Okay, let me get to the things I liked. I liked the opening credits, I guess. I like the music. I like the use of the music. I liked Worf. Michael Dorn stepped right back at the role of Worf. Yes, Geordi. I like Geordi. I liked Jonathan Frakes as Riker. There were a few instances. Beverly Gates McFadden, Beverly, so. Maria Sirtis was annoying as Deanna. I was not a huge fan of Shaw. I thought his character was stupid. I thought his character was probably the least Starfleet like it. I was not a fan. I'm not a fan of Jack Crusher, Ed Spielers, or whatever. I did not like 7 of 9 because she's still an angry drunk in this. Raffi, can we please stop putting Michelle Hurd in stuff, please? Holy cow. Michelle Hurd is terrible. Michelle, and she was drummed out of Starfleet. Why was she given a XO position on a starship? It just seems like it's a weird choice. Ed Spielers or whatever. Okay, listen, the ending, I had a problem. I did not like Data. I did not like the ending. The ending was just turned into the Battle of Endor. Flying all of a sudden now the Enterprise, which is a massive ship, the Enterprise D, it's like an X-wing maneuvering inside this Borg superstructure. I didn't like the Borg. I did not like the use of the Borg. You knew it was going to be the Borg. You knew it was going to be, every time it comes down to the Borg. Every freaking time. I mean, that's always the thing. They've gone all in on these universe-breaking events. And it's just like, oh, geez, here we go again. Yeah, okay, how's the Borg gonna come back again? Wasn't Alison Pill the Borg queen or something like that? She was hippie Borg. There was hippie Borgs.
Really, it seems like people who want to. You're like the Tok'ra of the Borg, right?
I guess, yeah. It seems like the Borg are dead. The Borg should have been dead at the end of First Contact. Picard literally snapped her spine in half. And I like Alice Creech. Alice Creech. And she's a very talented actress. Problem with Hollywood is they don't understand military protocol. The Borg in Picard is worse than the Daleks from Doctor Who. Well, that's another thing. They don't understand military protocol. Listen, I'll get to strange new turds in a minute here, okay? Major Gun did a compile. Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
The best Death Star battle. Yeah, that's actually really good. And if anyone gets a chance to watch that, go right ahead. I mean, it's really good. Major Grin, otherwise known as Nitpicking Nerd, he's got a great channel. Nitpicking Nerd's got a cool accent. He really is. He really is a cool. He's good. He's a really great guy. He really is a good guy. He's got a great channel. Go subscribe to him if you haven't. Deserves a lot more subs than this. But the other thing too is, like, again, it's the inconsistencies of the whole thing. And the scene at the end where the Enterprise is hovering over the collective, and you see Jack and Daddy Picard, gaping up at it essentially, like it's or like it's a scene out of Close Encounters or something. But the biggest problem is, listen, when you go all in on these universe-breaking events, and Red Letter Media is right, it wears you down because you know it's going to get resolved. The stakes are always, all or nothing. Yeah, why has there been such a positive reaction to Picard Season 3? All the hate previous seasons and other prominent YouTubers. Okay, you know what? That's a good question. And I will sum it up like this. Comedian Eddie Murphy said one time, if you throw a starving man a cracker and he eats it, he's going to say, damn, that is the best cracker I ever had. That was just an ordinary saltine, wasn't it? That was a Ritz. And if you just throw him the same crackers every day for a month, he'd say eventually, damn, I just got some plain old crackers. This is really Eddie Murphy's cracker. In that you've been starved for something good for a long time. And not just Star Trek, with Star Wars. You're starved with Doctor Who for something for a long time. A lot, you're going to be, and right now we are in the starvation period with Marvel. In that you are going to be starved for something very good for a long time when it comes to Marvel. And starving for something good. And that right now we're starved something good for a long time with James Bond. And right now we're starved for something for a long time with what other franchise is there? Whatever it is, whatever the franchise is. Lord of the Rings. We're being starved for something good with Lord of the Rings. Good one. I mean, you are going to be more forgiving now of anything that is just remotely decent. Because what happened when you got starved for something for a long time with Star Wars? You got The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian was a pretty good show. I'm not saying it was great. It was good, but it was good. Okay? It was... Yeah, it was good. Baby Yoda was cute. There was a lot of stuff you got. And you could say, okay, you know what? I can watch this. It was watchable. Why is there been such a positive... Why is the... Okay, I already read that. That's true. We're starving for over the past decade for anything good. That's true. It's true. Listen, Hollywood, in terms of entertainment, Hollywood's in the... When I say Hollywood, I mean, it's a generalization. It means the film and television industry. It doesn't necessarily have to come out of Hollywood. It could come out of the UK. It could come out of, Toronto. It could come out of Atlanta. It could come out of Vancouver, wherever the hell it is. TV, television, radio, stream, whatever the frick it is. We're in a creative slump with this. We really are. We are in a creative drought. And now anything that is going to be halfway decent, fans are going to flock to it. I'm not calling the fans. I'm not judging the broader fandom on their tastes or preferences. You could like, but the fact that it's gotten to this point where we're starving for a lot of something good is that, you know what, you're going to be more receptive to something that is. Isn't it amazing hypocrisy? All of them claiming they're against Access Media and they become Access Media. Well, they can't help it, can they? They can't help. They really can't help it, that can they? Listen, Terry Matos. I did not get a screener for season 3 of Picard. Okay, neither did any. I don't know anybody who did. You did. You could have if things had broken a certain way, but you didn't. Okay, that's the thing. Listen, and I don't blame anybody who got one. Okay, I'm not gonna. They made Terry Matalis and Paramount made the decision. We're gonna take these influencers. We're gonna give them screeners and see how it goes. Okay, that's their call.
There are good parts of it, though.
Well, I'm gonna get to that. However, you know what? I think there is an argument to be made in that there, if you are getting something if you're free, yes, you can always be swayed. However, the idea behind giving someone a free screener is so that they don't have their own money tied up in something and they can be more objective. Hence why Siskel and Ebert for years, they got free tickets to movies, review screenings for movies. They you get a review. I can't remember who it was. Cameron Crowe, whomever it was, would get free albums in the mail from record companies. Hey, here you go. Here's a review copy, a promotional copy. Game companies send out free video games. A lot of times you have to send them back. Okay. There's a guy, Greg Koch. He's got a guitar channel, Wildwood Guitars. He gets guitars in the mail to play and review on his channel. Sweetwater sends it to him. Gibson sends it to him. Fender sends it to him. Kiesel sends it to him. Duesenberg sends him, because they know it's important for him to get something to review it, play it honestly. If he had to go out and spend all that money, he wouldn't be able to do it. But here's the thing. He doesn't get to keep those. Oh, they're sweetening, they're giving you free stuff. No, it's not necessarily the case. Okay. But the idea is still the same. The fact that you are not deriving your income, you're not putting your own money on the line, means that you can be a little bit more objective when it comes to that. And that's the idea behind professional criticism, that, hey, I am paid from an outside source. I am not a studio. Doesn't make a difference if they send me a copy or not. I'm going to see it anyway. But the fact that they are sending me a free copy means that they want me to review it, and I can be honest, since I'm getting paid, and I'll find another ways to get it. Okay. There was the case of Siskel and Ebert when they wanted to see Nuns on the Run. Fox was going to ban them from any further showings of Fox movies. Briscoe Bob. I'll talk about that in a second. What's that?
Combination of both, the Eddie Murphy's Cracker and the free screeners.
Well, it's a combination, but it's the thing that you can usually tell who's going to be more easily swayed. I have not seen Grace Randolph's assessment of 3, but she's not a Trekker. But I am not so easily listen, to my credit or to my detriment, I'm not so easily won over. Okay. And the only time I've had any interaction with a creator, a quote unquote creative, was a guy by the name of Olin Rogers. Recognize that name? No, he's not a baseball guy. If you don't recognize that name, he did an animated series called Final Space. Now, he asked for an opinion. Now, he actually responded to me on Twitter, and he actually said, I followed him on Twitter. He said, oh, how do you like Final Space? And I said, this is really good. And he's like, well, you're not just saying that. I says, no, listen, I'm not just saying that. This is really good. You should be very proud of yourself. This is exceptionally good. And so I've ever had with the creator. There's the time with the other channel, but the guy from New Line Cinema, but that's another story. No, New Line Cinema, the guy behind Wayne's World, whatever it was. Not Wayne's World, whatever it was. Bill and Ted. Ed Solomon, yeah. Yes, Final Space. Listen, if you get a chance to see Final Space, Warner Brothers is locking it away as part of a tax write-off, but if you can get your hands on it, I wouldn't doubt if there is a torrent of ways to load something like that down to your computer. If you get my meaning. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Donnie Pearson, take care. As always, the stream will remain up, and so you can enjoy it later. But here's the problem. Because of you have influencers, they're getting free stuff. Like I said, listen, a lot of them are going to play nice. I'm not going to name names. But you know what? Some of them are going to play nice. I, on the other hand, am going to be a little bit more honest. It's on Netflix. You know what? It might still be on Netflix in Europe. It might be still on Netflix in Europe, but Final Space is going to be
in the U.S. at least, is going to be written off as a tax loss, and then it's going to go into the vault. When Netflix loses the license in America, at the very least, then it's probably going to disappear. So get a hold of it. Get a hold of it. Save it. Enjoy it now. Pardon me. Again, swig of water. Fuke Norris is in the chat. How you doing, Fuke Norris?
The only people I really give a, like get starstruck by are musicians, rock stars.
Yeah.
You know, because like directors and producers and that stuff, it's like maybe that's why I couldn't get Bob. I was like giddy. Was I giddy when he slid into my?
Probably.
Was I? $10?
I think so, maybe.
Oh, it probably was a little. Ooh, producer, it's Hollywood. I can pitch a thing and and then he'll steal it from me.
All right. Well, anyway, pardon me. Final Space shows that piracy may be the only way forward. Well, okay, listen. I had to deal with piracy. Yeah, we'll leave piracy. Final Space will leave Netflix internationally in 2023. Okay, well, let me bring this up here. Hold on. Oh, David Tennant, yeah, is the Lord Commander. Here we go. So here it is. What's on Netflix according to this? Okay, but let me say again, there are things I do like about Picard season 3. I like that the cast is back together. I did like the very last shot of them all playing cards, enjoying each other's company. But on the whole, it just felt very kind of stale or just kill. It's like, you know, we've been there, done that. The bits that you're like, oh wow, I'm like, I've seen this before. And this whole thing about Star Trek Legacy. Listen, you're trying to will Star Trek Legacy into existence. I don't want to see Star Trek Legacy. I don't want to see Star Trek Legacy. And again, this comes across as very Star Trek for non-fans. Star Trek for non-fans. Because you know why? Because everything comes down to a meme. Meme track. Everything comes down to a meme. Everything comes down to a sound bite. Everything comes down to like the most common elements: the Borg, changelings, the Enterprise D. You know, make it so. Engage. Everything is a catchphrase. You know, face palm. Yes, exactly. And this whole other thing about legacy is, like, again, we're going back to the children of somebody inheriting their jobs. And why is Jack Crusher sitting on the bridge when he's just a schmuck who has no experience in Starfleet? He should be starting out, so he should be scrubbing the deck plates. Final Space has been hitting headlines recently, given it's being swept up at HBO Max's cuts. Outside the U.S., the show streams on Netflix. It won't be much longer. The show is set to leave Netflix in late 2023. Netflix picked up international rights. Final Space back in 2018, secured the rights in years. As you no doubt come to the conclusion, it won't be a fourth season produced. The show is now slowly starting to disappear from platforms, including its home in the United States, HBO Max. As you may know, HBO Max and its battle company Warner Bros. Discovery has been losing some of its animated live-action titles produced exclusively for the platform for tax write-downs. This is a difficult yet pivotal time for the company as it transitions into streaming era while managing its ballooning debt pile. The move has swept up titles, including Final Space. In a tweet, September 24th, creator show Owen Lodge confirmed the move of Final Space from Max platform, saying, 5 years of my life, 3 seasons of TV, blood, sweat, tears, became a tax write-off for the network who owns Final Space. Yup, that's it. That's why it's disappeared everywhere in the USA. 5 years of work vanished. When the license is up internationally, Netflix will take it down. Then it will be gone forever. There are no more physical copies of seasons 1 and 2, and no physical copies of season 3 were ever made. Your memory of Final Space will be the only proof it ever existed unless you own a copy. I've been trying to process how this feels. It's been hard because it's just so absurd. Like a tax write-off. Really?
Or maybe I've become so numb to bad things happening in my life because of the frequency with which it has been occurring that I didn't register this as sting. But the stinger has broken off under my skin, and now it's annoying. Look, I get it. This decision was just business, but Final Space will always be personal to me. Some might say give up and move on, and I have moved on to many new projects that I'm very passionate about. But I will not give up on this story and these characters. I will never stop fighting for Final Space. If it takes years, then so be it. Renew Final Space. It's a banner. It's a banner that you have been waving. It's a rallying cry, and I can stand behind while continuing into this long, dark night, chasing an ending for this story. When will Final Space leave Netflix? Our current intel says that Netflix is set to lose Final Space in locations such as United Kingdom, Canada, Europe, and all other countries that host Final Space in December 2023. Specifically, we're told the series will depart full on December 16th, 2023. We're not sure why it's set to leave Netflix at this time, as typically licenses for content for several years following the final season, but it does seem to be the case here. As noted, once the show departs Netflix internationally, there will likely be no legal way of watching the title beyond the limited number of physical copies of season 1 and 2. Will you miss Final Space? Damn straight I'll miss Final. I miss Final Space now. Freaking love Final Space. So it's really a shame, really. You got good stuff like this that doesn't find an audience. But you have other stuff that is, what can I tell you? How many years of Friends reruns do we really need? Really? You can't squeeze out another one of this? Freaking, they make more money on Friends internationally than they do ever with this. So, I don't know. Listen, and again, this whole thing about, so back to where we were going about Star Trek. This whole thing about Star Trek is, listen, I've loved Star Trek for more years than I can remember. Okay. So if it lets me down, I'm going to be honest with you. But the other thing too is more proof that this is all meme Trek. These are memes. These are for the TikTok generation. This whole thing about Seven having her catchphrase. What's your thing? What's your line? What's going to be the first line of your legacy? What's going to be your catchphrase? I'm like, your catchphrase? Really? Your catchphrase. This is what we're wasting. This is what we want Star Trek to become, catchphrases. And I know why they're doing it. They're doing it so that you can go on Twitter and you can type in your little GIF or GIF or whatever the hell thing is, your little box there, and you have your little animation come up and you see Mikey Spock, let's fly. Or you see like Captain Stingray Davis, punch it. They want every captain now to have a catchphrase. I'm like, would you stop making this for idiots, please? This whole thing is completely fucking stupid. I don't want my captains to have a catchphrase. I want my captains to be good officers, okay? And I know this is science fiction, and I know it's television, but damn it, there used to be a time when this stuff mattered. There really was. And the fact that you're bringing this into everything now, you're trying to make everything a TikTok meme. You're trying to make everything a Twitter meme. You're trying to make everything go viral. I wouldn't doubt it. Seven for Voyager would scoff at the idea of a catchphrase. And yet, they're doing it. And punch it, yeah. Well, punch it was always a big thing. And Briscoe Bob, listen, this whole idea, in theory, there should be an official website for fans to provide their ideas for future projects. They kind of used to have an open door policy when it used to come to script writing. Not so much anymore. But here's the idea. Here's the thing, though. Here is the bet. That's a double-edged sword. Because when you have things that are public domain, listen, we get one or two good things. For a lot of people, they always say, well, everything should be public domain. The ideas should be free. I'm like,
It's not always a good idea because of the whole thing that you are going to get a lot of versions of something. Batman is one of them. I mean, listen, look at how many. Batman doesn't enter the public domain until 2035. And look how many versions of Batman we already have. They can't decide on what version of Batman to go with. We have animated Batman. We have Michael Keaton Batman. We have Christian Bale Batman. We have, but we have 3 versions of Batman as it is right now. Look at how many versions. Look at how many Robin Hood movies there are. Robin Hood, Sherlock Holmes, King Arthur, The Three Musketeers. And the problem with that is you're going to have to sift through all of those bad versions to find good ones. Still, to this day, the best versions of King Arthur are the 1980 film Excalibur and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I mean, there's been a Sean Connery version of King Arthur. There's been a Sean Connery and Richard Gere version of King Arthur, First Night. There's a Disney version of King Arthur, The Sword and the Stone. Look how many versions of, oh God, how many versions of Robin Hood are there? There are Disney's version. There's a movie called A Challenge for Robin Hood. There's the Kevin Costner version. There's Robin and Marion starring Sean Connery. There's the Russell Crowe version. There's the Kevin Costner version. There are way too many versions of Robin Hood. And the Lone Ranger is owned by King Feature Syndicate, I believe. So we're not going to get public domain versions of that. I mean, but here's the thing. You know what? And we get, you know, how many versions of Pride and Prejudice we've gotten? My voice cracked. I'm going through reverse puberty again. Yeah, 7-9's new catchphrase. 9. I'm gonna talk to that in a second here. My resident Star Trek channel rescheduled Star Trek Monday. Oh, okay. It'd be nice for people to have incentive by the creators, cash reward to participate in. Listen, copyright is a kind of is a very sticky thing, and I know because. Well, I know. Well, listen, I come from the world of music. Okay, legally, a record label cannot take. There used to be a time where you used to be able to send a tape to them, to an A&R man, and they used to listen to it and get it heard. Nowadays, they send it back. They stamp it unsolicited material. And there's a scene in the Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler movie, Steve Buscemi movie, Airheads, where the guy's in a band. He's working in the mailroom. Hey, man, can you listen to my tape? Judd Nelson, hey, man, can you listen to my tape? I can't touch it. If it's unsolicited material, I can't touch it. I mean, they open themselves up to a lot of lawsuits doing that. They really do. So listen, there's a certain legal protection with them. There's a certain legal protection with you. You can't just have someone come along and steal your idea, and they can't come along and use your idea without paying you. So in that sense, it's kind of copyright is kind of a good thing. However, new ideas have to come from somewhere. Star Trek, as it is not getting it done. Hence is why we have the Orville. Now, for those of you who are waiting for the Orville to come back, there is a potential writer's strike looming in the future.
It's going to be too expensive, I think. I don't think we're going to get it just for costs. It's got to be pragmatic.
Well, I don't think you can kill the Borg completely in the universe. I could be wrong. Well, the nature of the Borg that they're wired into some sort of main network or whatever, but I think you might be kind of right. Saying it would be nice to have someone else be a threat to Picard. You could do the Romulans. You can do through species 357, was it?
So they killed Elnor off screen.
They kill what?
Elnor.
They kill Elnor off screen, yeah. Whatever the hell his name is.
The elf guy.
And for me, but for the record, for me, the definitive versions, can I be that, please? The definitive versions of Robin Hood are still Errol Flynn, the Disney version, just because it's the first movie I ever remember seeing, and Daffy Duck. Those are the three definitive versions of Robin Hood.
Men in Tights.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights. That's damn good.
The Kevin Costner one for
Species 8247. Yeah, I'm thinking Wolf 359. Thank you for the pickup. So anyway, yeah. Like I said, new ideas have to come from somewhere, and a lot of times, because you can't get the rights to something, that inspires you to create something new. Like I said, Seth MacFarlane couldn't get the rights to Star Trek. He created the Orville. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, they couldn't get the rights to James Bond. They created Indiana Jones. There's a guy by the name of Terry Brooks. He wrote a whole book series, The Sword of Shannara, because he couldn't get the rights to Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you could have the Dominion.
Well, you have the changelings already, so it was so confusing having them both. Wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It seemed like impractical.
Yes. Yes, it seemed that way. Like I said, it just got me. It's got me scratching my head. And this whole thing. Listen, I'm going to go here again. We're going to see like how badly this has infected Star Trek. The Strange New Worlds and the Strange New Worlds trailer dropped. What you think, Spock? So listen. So I'm not going to play much of this. Just for you, for the people who say, "Oh no, that's not the case. You're wrong. That's like your opinion. That's your opinion that Star Trek has become obsessed with." Yeah, it's obsessed with memes. It's obsessed with memes.
You gonna say your thing?
You're gonna say your thing.
That's the power of math, people.
The power of math, people. I like science. The power of math.
Let's fly.
Let's fly. It's all memes. Silly Tilly. Remain Klingon.
Make Protos great again.
Oh, God. They actually said that.
Yeah.
We're going to make the Empire great again. Christ almighty. Oh, for God. I shouldn't take the Lord's name in vain.
Everyone in the chair has their thing.
Everyone in the chair has their thing. Everyone in the chair has their thing. What's this thing going to be?
I would like the ship to go. Now.
I would like the ship to go now. What, he's like one of the Packlets?
He's special. This is special learning Spock. This is learning disabled Spock.
Let's Fly triggers you, as it should.
Learning disabled Spock.
See, Sandra Hammerslag, here's the thing. If this were the actual Spock, instead of this learning disabled Spock, learning disabled Spock, LDS. It's LDS. This is LDS. This is what he did too much. He's LDS. I'm not high. Unless you slip me some of the funny chocolate.
No, that's the Cadbury.
Bull Halsey was known to curse up a storm in World War II.
Funny chocolate tastes better.
Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Just for the sake of simplicity and efficiency, Spock would not waste time with a silly catchphrase. Spock would know that with the rotation of people coming in and off the bridge, you want to make things as simple as possible. This is where we get into military protocol, and this is where we get to authenticity. And this is even just logically speaking. It would make sense to have a standardized Starfleet command for going to warp. Here's a catchphrase. Just let's just go already. Oh God, this RSO Media just started watching Discovery. Oh boy, are you in for a bad time? Holy cow, I feel for you, man.
Well, it's funny when
Set course.
Mud one. That's a good one.
That's a decent one.
Because he kills Mikey Spock.
Yes. Laying a course for Alpha Major or whatever for Cestus 3. Set a course. I'm just pulling plays out of my ass. Set a course for Cestus 3, bearing 1228. Warp factor 1 on my mark. Course laid in, Captain. Ready to go to warp. Mark. Engage.
On delay.
Execute.
On delay.
Kirk was just warp 1. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Kirk was just warp 1, warp 2, warp 4, warp 7.
And they just did it.
Warp factor 1. Go. Helm at your discretion.
He needs on delay and he needs this in the background. That's what he needs to do. On my mark. On delay. That's what he needs.
On my mark. Mark is not efficient. Let's just use Naval Tradition. The speed indicates go. And go. That's all. Engage. Execute. Go. Helm at your good ready for warp at your discretion. In Italian, it's andiamo. Go. Andiamo. This has got to be what the official naval U.S. Naval Command, official U.S. Navy, official vocab guideline lines for moving a ship. Ringo, in terms of every naval officer should know, naval vocabulary. Naval vocabulary. Okay, let me bring this up here. Ready? Let me bring this up. Coming from a military family, Army, Navy, none of my family likes anything that bad reboot has put Trek wise. In Dutch, it's Gan met die banan. I hope I'm saying that right. So let's take a look here. The U.S. Navy. Oh, we got an error here. Page not found. Fucking hell. Vocabulary list to ships at sea. Okay. Port, rigging, rudder, stern, starboard, turret, vessel, document type, bow, front of ship. Okay, that's just terminology. It's for command for moving a ship. Let me see. Aft end, brig, rack, bone spurs, boopers, Bureau of Naval Personnel, cast off, carry on, cast off, CO, commanding officer. See, look, I was able to find this just within like 10 seconds. Fast, snugly secure. Fast that line down. Fathom, 6 feet, fly knew that. Forward, towards the bottom of the ship, family FSA. Just, I mean, like I said, just command. There are people you can pay. There are people you can pay that will tell you these things. Scuttlebutt, drinking fountain, a rumor. Drinking fountain rumor. Secure to lock away. Yeah. Secure that, shift colors, change arrangement of colors after getting underway. Sick bay. Swab. Tattoo. A UA unauthorized absence watch period of time, usually 4 hours. Like I said, there are people who will tell you these things. Rob, it is set course to XYZ. Helmsman reports aye. Speed and so. And the command is executed. There you go. Simple. Easy as pie. Helm laying a course. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain.
And engage at your discretion.
At your discretion. Helm, the helm, the ship is. And can we please? Yes, can we please stop calling them pilots? They are helmsmen. On a ship that size, they are helmsmen. Helms people or the
shuttle pilot.
yeah.
They want him to make a
Well, no, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing over there. A pilot, I looked it up. The captain gives the orders, the helm steers the ship, the pilot advises the captain. Listen, if anyone can correct me on that, I'm all ears. There is no special command execute. There is no special execute command. I mean, captain dictates the speed and the command gets executed. If the course is said, yeah, they just do it. They just do it. They just fucking
Fucking go. What's the space policy? Assholes, just go.
Well, you know why? Because you actually had military men writing this shit back then. You had military men. Ahead and laid a course for Cessna 3, warp factor 1. Warp factor 1. Warp factor 1.
I remember Picard didn't say it every episode too. He only did it a couple of times here and there, like when there was some special thing.
Engage.
Yeah.
Make it, they want everyone to have a freaking, they want everyone to have a catchphrase. They want all these memeable moments. And you know what? It's fucking stupid. Pardon my language. It's just fucking stupid. There is no special, yeah. How bad a fucking crew do you have if they have to be told when to go to warp? How inept is Starfleet now? There I was. Oh, don't get me fucking started on the crying. Dear God, they break down at the drop of a hat. Holy shit. Mikey Burnham is the freaking worst. Janeway, if Michael Burnham was crying on the there's that Saturday Night Live sketch where they're all emotionally triggered. And you laugh at that because you say, well, it's so ridiculous. These are millennials. Yeah. But no. But that's what Discovery's like. That's what the fucking Discovery's like now. Everybody's emotionally triggered. Everybody's crying.
That's goddamn millennials for you. They're fucking nuts sometimes. Not all of them, but some of them.
She's being emotional. Janeway would have been the first one to say, Burnham, if you cannot compose yourself and conduct yourself as a Starfleet officer and carry out your duties, you will be relieved. Do I make myself clear? Michael Bashir's Halsey would have had the lot boot off ship. Admiral Halsey notified me he had to have a bath or he couldn't get to sleep. They're all boat assholes. They're space assholes. Space boat assholes. Picard had to give Tasha special dispensation to cry on the bridge when they were the only ones there. They're supposed to be professionals. They're supposed to carry out your duty. Yes, you have some heavy emotions, but you know what? You work through it. Remember Geordi when they first encountered the Borg? Yeah, 18 people gone. Yeah, I know. Just don't think about it right now. But I have friends on. Listen, there's gonna be 19 if you don't shut your mouth again and do your fucking job. In Strange New Worlds, the helmsman. The helms them missed the spot when shaving their head. I looked at her. Listen, I got nothing against her. She's actually married to a guy. Or was at least. I'm sure she'll come out. Huh? Yeah. I got nothing against her.
I just think they're probably using her because she looks dirty.
Yeah, they want someone to look the part. All right, let's go on here. I've had enough of Star Trek. Right, talking about Star Trek, but this really steams my bean. It really does. Oh, for crying out loud! Okay, I'm going to do some animal news. Oh, we got to check in with one of the other kitties. We'll check in with CAD Cam again. CAD Cam, there's another kitty. She's doing. See that thing? That thing costs what? $6? $5? That thing she's sitting on. That thing she's sitting on. This thing. $5 maybe.
Yeah.
And She fits in there. We call it pot roasting. Because she looks like a pot roast. Exactly. It is what it was. Do your job first, then think about things later. Yes. Mom, dad, grandfather said when you are in the thick of it, you don't cry. Only when you're alone do you cry. Yeah. So there's the kitty. There's the Nana there. All right. So let's do some animal news. We got some animal news. Animal. Listen, we like a nice animal story. What's my opinion of Jimi Hendrix? Talented guy. Was really talented. Really brought a whole new dimension of guitar playing to the world. Jeez, my God, he was the guy was a phenomenal. Not crazy about him as a songwriter, but as a guitar player, yeah, really, he was fantastic.
Well, one of his biggest hits was a cover of Dylan.
Yeah, along the Watchtower. Along the Watchtower. All right, let's do some animal news. Here we go, animal news. And come on, what if I lost the thing here? Puppy goes out to play, returns home with baby cow he befriended along the way. Oh, is that cute? It's in a dog's nature to be friendly and adventurous. So you don't have to be surprised when your puppy befriends everyone in the neighborhood. But the things might get a bit too hard to handle when they started to bring home their new friends, like this puppy in the Netherlands, for instance, who thought it would be nice to introduce his new best friend to his mom. The woman wasn't too impressed, though, but at least she caught the moment on video. Oh, that's so cute. In a short yet hilariously footage, an adorable Labrador was caught on camera by his owner when he just returned home with a new friend. As it turned out, the dog went for a walk around the family's farm. But when he got back home, he didn't come alone. Yeah, this was probably a translation. But accompanied by a baby cow. The two friends were sitting in front of the house, waiting for Mama to open the door. Soon as the lab sees her, he immediately starts to wiggle his tail, just as he's trying to convince her to allow his new friend to stay over the night. But as can be heard from the video, the woman doesn't even want to hear about that. No, she says. We don't have guests. We're not doing. The moment she realizes she's not welcome, the baby cow looks so embarrassed. Judging by the woman's reaction, it's more than obvious that this isn't the first time her dog is bringing home someone. We don't know if the Labrador has eventually managed to convince his mom to let his friend inside, because the video only lasts for a few seconds. But one thing, this dog is one of the friendliest I've ever seen. You can watch the funny moment here. Let's take a look.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
Oh, my God. That's so cute. Oh, my God. That is so cute. Look at this. Ready?
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
My friend. That's my friend.
No. We don't have guests. We're not doing this today.
Can we have Tweetos? Oh my God,
no.
That's so cute. That is so freaking cute. So there you go. Doggies making friends. In Soviet Netherlands, dog brings you back a steak. She must have been a retriever. Yep, a Labrador retriever. Labrador and they'll retrieve it. Okay, we are 1 hour, 4 minutes in, and time again for our new feature, which is Headlines from the Future. I really need music for this, or maybe I don't. What?
Play something.
Headlines of the future. Future headlines. Future headlines. Oh, sorry. All right, headlines from the future. Here we go. For the first headline. Bringing this up. First headlines. New study. Trevor Noah still not funny. Scientists at the Stern Institute for Linguistic Studies in Switzerland find that despite speaking several languages, quote unquote, comedian Trevor Noah still isn't one. Also, future headlines. Headlines from the future. Come on. It's taking more longer than I thought. The Marvels makes $2 billion. Reason? Sexism. Marvel Studios' newest film, The Marvels, shatters box office. Star Brie Larson and has said the reason why is sexism anyway. And finally, our future headline is coming up. Future headline. Where the heck is it? Right here. Long lost film Space Cannibals from Outer Space, Michelle Yeoh and Idris Elba. In a further push for diversity in film, Alex Kurtzman's long lost TV project, Space Cannibals from Outer Space, aka Section 31, has finally been given a green light. This is from the year 2028. The made-for-TV film, which has been cast thanks to Twitter poll, will star Michelle Yeoh and Idris Elba, despite both having been dead nearly a decade. Michelle Yeoh. There's your future headlines.
Is that a new character?
Michelle Yeoh. Hello, I'm Michelle Yeoh. I'm in Section 31. I'm with Idris Elba. Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh.
Oh no.
I was in the movie You Only Live Twice. Okay, future headlines. Everyone, thank you very much for joining me. We will catch you next time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for Clint Matthews. Thank you for Briscoe Bob. Thank you, Michael Keller. Thank you, Santa Hemslide. Thank you, Jessica Sumi. Thank you, Michael Bashir. Thank you, Mr. Ramesh. Thank you, Michael Keller. Thank you, RSO Media. Thank you, Matthew Marzewski. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Stephen Walton was in chat. How are you doing? Thank you, Donnie Pearson. Briscoe Bob. Thank you, Donnie Pearson again. Thank you, everyone. Listen, thank you, Cyber Soldier. Listen, if you don't hear your name, don't take it as personally. A lot of times I don't remember who's who. Idris Elba. Yes. Thank you. Everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good Monday. Have a good week. Have a good whatever you're doing. Thank you, as always, for joining me, because if I wasn't joined by you lovely people, then you know what? I'd just be shouting into the void, which is I do quite a bit. So everyone, have yourself a good day. Kick back. No drinking, no driving. We'll see you here again next week. And as always, we will catch you next time. Catch me at burger time.